from?
Bangalore is my home. My office is in Pune, so we have some strategy meeting, so I had to come.
I am new to here. I just recently shifted to Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know much about this place.
Basically from West Bengal, but currently at Amritsar.
I'm from JNK.
JNK, Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah.
That's a really beautiful place.
अंग्रेजी सबको आती है, but
Right.
proficient level of अंग्रेजी, yes. For there you
Yes.
need to practice. You need much more preparation. तो
Yes.
इसलिए
Yes.
ये preparation होती है, because we all have the basic grammars. स्कूल में पढ़े थे, कॉलेज में पढ़े थे, टेक्स्ट बुक सारी चीजें we used to do it. So we know the
Yes.
basic grammars. But the advanced grammars or advanced level or proficiency level पहुंचने के लिए we need a little more preparation. क्योंकि that
Okay.
sort of language was never taught to us or we never bothered to learn it. Maybe Shashi Tharoor did. We never did. And when it comes to mother tongue influence, it should not be so evident. As Indians, we have neutral accent. So we'll be having a neutral accent which is appreciated. Accent is not an issue, but yes, pronunciation or mother tongue influence can be a problem. So we need to work on mother tongue influence. For that, you need to reciprocate the way the other person speaks in English. I
Yes.
suppose
Yes.
you
Yes.
understood this part?
Yes. Yes. I clear.
Okay, so what we do here is we'll be having continuous practices regarding this. So speaking, you would be doing it in with the trainer. So like this would be similar to a session that you'll be having. So it will be done face to face with the trainers. The trainers will be asking you a question. You will be responding to it. Either way, if you have any confusions, you can ask the trainer. And if whenever you're making errors, it will be cleared by the trainers. So you'll be getting a detailed feedback on how your session went. So from the feedback, you can work with the ones that are too evident or that are too covering your answers, or maybe the ones that need much more importance. So you can work on that in the beginning, and then forwarding the sessions, you can work on the minor ones and possibly work on the language towards the end.
Okay, so today we won't learn any new words or anything, but today we'll just talk. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll ask you about what you like to do in your free time, what are your hobbies, etc., etc., and you will tell me, you'll answer for me, and you try to give as descriptive answers as you can. Okay? So tell me about your hobbies. You're in grade 9, so I'm sure you like to play sports.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
And reading books also.
You read books also? Which books do you like reading?
Humorous books, ma'am.
Humorous? Which humorous books have you read so far?
Ma'am, one of them are the series of Famous Five.
You've read the Famous Five series?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
used to read them also.
Yes, ma'am. Um, and books written by Elvin Gluton.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And Journey of Stilton's book.
Okay.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. So tell me, what do you like about AI? What intrigues you about it?
Okay, ma'am. In AI, I like things related to aerodynamics.
Okay.
It's a new form of robotics, ma'am. We
Yes,
could
it
say
is. I know
the
it is. It's an
yes.
upcoming form of robotics that nobody has uh, accepted it yet, but soon they will. So tell me what you've learned so far, because aerodynamics also they're doing a lot of progress in it currently. So what have you learned about it so far?
Okay, ma'am. The biggest example of aerodynamics could be Elon Musk's
Yes.
discovery in SpaceX.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am. That's the greatest example for that. From it, ma'am, we could say that the automated upper side of that rocket is fully automatic, means it has its own CPU to control it.
So first parameter is your fluency. So how fluent you are in their language. Now see, the question paper is not given to us. We do not know about the question. It's just asked to us at the spur of the moment. So many times people have this thing. The moment the question is asked to them, they will say, mm, mm, right? They make certain sounds.
Yeah.
These are fillers. So please avoid fillers. That comes in fluency. In fluency, they will notice if there is any fillers or any stuttering involved. Do
Okay.
not stutter. Do not add fillers. Okay?
Yeah.
The next one is your pronunciation. Now, English is not our mother tongue. So often our mother tongue dialect is reflected in our speech, which needs to be avoided. Please avoid your mother tongue dialect. Believe me, Karthik, I have literally seen some students, they are answering, and in the middle they lose track of their thoughts. Okay, and then I will hear the word ayo, ayo Rama. This is mother tongue, right?
Yeah.
Then they will say walked, talked, laughed. This is again mother tongue.
Yeah.
And it's walked, talked, laughed.
Yeah.
So mother tongue dialect. Next one is your grammar. Now you know grammar plays a major role. It's a backbone of all the languages. So lot of stress will be on grammar. Like how good are your tenses? Are they relevant to the question asked? How well are you able to make to infer the meaning of your thoughts through your answers? How complex sentences you can create in your answers, right? How are your linking words? How are your sound everything. So grammar means every smallest thing.
So this
Mhm.
again, this thing is about he, she, and it. Okay, he,
Mhm.
she, and it.
It.
So just see this thing. Okay, now are you someone who follows this YouTubers, people who are working in the YouTube,
Mhm.
like independent artists, freelancers? Do you watch any
Mhm.
of like Tanmay Bhatt, Bhuvan Bam, and who more is there? Uh, Ashish
Ashish
Chanchalani.
Chanchalani.
Yeah, you know them?
I just yes, I know them, but I
Like,
don't watch them very often. Whenever
yeah,
it
like
comes
sometimes.
in between my Facebook scroll.
Okay, okay. So you watch them. Okay. So what they do, see, they in their films, they are everything,
Mhm.
right? They are in their films
Everything.
everything, right?
Mhm.
So while they are shooting their films or shooting their subject, that you can tell is the action. Okay.
Mhm.
What they need is our support.
Mhm.
What they need is our support, right? Because
Mhm.
with our views they are going to get the whole part of thing. Okay,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
he, she, it, they are like the independent artists. Okay,
Mhm.
and for
Mhm.
their work they need our support. That is basically the E and ES. Okay,
Mhm.
so it basically goes like he speaks French. Okay,
Mhm.
she reads Rabindranath Tagore, reads.
Mhm.
It rains heavily during monsoons.
Mhm.
Okay, he goes to the market. Okay, goes.
Mhm.
Because why? Because with the action we are using this part of or this kind of things. Okay, but
Mhm.
now comes to the normal everyday film stars. Okay,
Mhm.
like they
Mhm.
have a whole big of unit, Dharma Productions. Okay, they have a whole full of unit, right?
Mhm.
They need our support. They make films like Student of the Year 2, and still they
Mhm.
have their earnings. David
Right. Right.
Dhawan, David Dhawan makes movies with Varun Dhawan and still makes the earnings, right?
Mhm.
Still earn. So they don't need much of our support. They can exist independently. Okay,
Right.
and
Right.
Amir Khan. Amir
Mhm.
Khan can be an example of I, right? Amir
Okay.
Khan gives
Okay.
us good movies, right? So at that time, his actions they become what they exist independently. They don't need
Independent.
anything like E or ES. Okay, action
Right.
is
Right.
independent.
जी
Very
एक क्या होता है ना, मतलब अगर एक टीच करने वाले गाइड करने वाले एकदम प्रॉपरली मतलब एज ए मतलब फ्रेंड और एज ए पर्सनली अगर गाइड करे ना तो आदमी कुछ भी कर सकता है और अगर टीच
and
टीच देने
I
वाले एक्सप्लेन कर
think that that's the biggest reason why we have individual sessions. क्योंकि सारे लोग अलग होते हैं, उनके पर्सपेक्टिव्स अलग होते हैं, and yes, उनके लर्निंग के तरीके भी अलग होते हैं. So we make it in such a way that the trainer is comfortable or flexible enough to train the student like that, depending
ऑफ
on
कोर्स
their individual perspective.
यस 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 दैट इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टीचर कैच द स्टूडेंट्स प्रॉब्लम दैट इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट
Yes, of course, it's very
यस
important, and we do value that part very well.
Very important. If teacher no catch anything, he just saying, continue, and teacher say yes, yes, yes. After that, zero. He no understand. It's no
Yes,
profit.
that's an important factor I want to mention. So if you have any doubts regarding the modules or whenever you have your session, if you have any doubts, don't fear to ask the trainers. You're free to ask the
Yes.
trainers regarding any doubts.
Just think like this. Okay. When is your birthday? In which month
My
is your
bad.
birthday? Yeah.
Uh, but it will December 23.
December 23rd. Okay, very good. So at November, okay, at November, is your what is happening to your birthday? Is it past, present, future?
Hmm.
What is it? Tell me. At November, your birthday.
It's the future.
Future. Very good. Okay. At December 23rd, what is the status of your birthday?
Present.
Present. And on 25th December,
Future. Was.
past. Now
Hmm.
are you understanding? Are you
Okay.
getting in this part? So just stick to this example of your birthday. Okay. So on
Okay.
the day of your birthday, it's present. Before that, it's
Oh.
what? Future. And after
Hmm.
that, it's what? Past, because it's already gone. Okay.
Okay.
See, I understand that there is an idea in your mind that when it's already happened means before means past and after means future, right?
Yeah.
uh, that is the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you are no that is when you are thinking about your present condition. Okay, if you are thinking about this time presently 10:13,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
based on that it's what? Past, present, future. But when you're
Okay.
thinking about one particular another day, okay, at that time
Hmm.
the way it changes, because when something is going to happen it becomes the future, and when something has already happened that becomes what? The past.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So before the end of the session today, we are going to look into some basic norms, okay, on how we can develop with our past, present, and future. All right.
Body language is very important. So always try to make eye contact, and whenever you present your answer, present it in such a way that you are able to see the pictures moving. So what you did is you figured out about the person. You saw the picture of the person, but you weren't able to frame the ideas continuously.
Yes.
So you talked
Mhm.
about this person. How about you started off with your childhood time? How about you started off mentioning that being in the millennial group, I started.
Mhm.
I my childhood was all about old movies or black and white movies where I got to meet this wonderful actor Rajkumar,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
for so talk about the first time you had an encounter, or not the physical one, but not in real life, but yes, if you did have real one experience, you can talk about that too, flaunt about it. But start by mentioning about your first experience or first moment, or the moment you started to see this person first. So from there, you
Mhm.
need to mention how come you started being a huge fan of this person. So he's a versatile
Right.
actor. And often what happens, people say these sentences like, you actually made few slip errors, like he's incredible actor. So he is an incredible actor.
He's an incredible actor. Yeah. I
So
missed it, I guess.
when you mug up, you end up losing these, omitting these words. And his way of acting is awesome. So rather saying acting, his performance is awesome.
Performance.
So
I
rather
could
saying
have used other jobs. Yeah.
so awesome is a casual word. So rather awesome, you could have gone for a word fascinating, or maybe well performing actor, or a versatile actor. So
Yeah.
you
I know these words. I don't know why, but I know these words. It's just that those words are sleeping in the back of my mind, or it's completely. I know the meaning of those words: fascinating or versatile. Yeah, I know the complete meaning of it, but exactly when I was speaking, I couldn't
I'll put it in
get it
very simple
to
words.
the front. I guess.
Yes, you did mention that you're from Bangalore, right? You are a native.
Hmm.
I
Yep.
have a close relation with Bangalore for 10 years. I've been in Bangalore for somewhere around 10 years. I
Hmm.
used to speak the language, Kannada. But now the
Mm.
only sentence I remember is Kannada gottilla. So when you give me like when you tell me like any words in Kannada, I have it behind my head. But why am I not able to speak? Lack of
Because
practice.
you've not
Back
using it.
back in my school days, I was able to speak because I was practicing it. But when I stopped it,
Exactly. Yep.
it's in my head. So I know what kage is, but it would never come into mind the right time. In the right time, it never,
Yeah.
because it's a lack of practice, and that's exactly what happened in your case. We have a
Mm.
tendency to put our sentences in the most simplest way, so we end up
Yes.
using the other forms. For example, a very simple example I'll give you. Did you get my message? It's a very simple sentence, right? But what if
Yes, it is.
different way? I change a word. Did you receive my message?
Mm.
Sounds a little different. But what if I make it in a different way? Were you able to acquire the information that I was trying to convey?
Mm.
The words are familiar,
Yeah.
but they are
Yeah.
less used. This is what
Exactly.
we hear in IELTS. So during the discussion, you'll be given a clarity on how you can work on the words and how different a word can change the whole idea. Though the
Mm.
idea is same, but how it is framed. So just very simple, like the other saying acting. If we change the word to performance, it changes the whole sentence, right? The proficiency
Right.
is elevated.
Mm.
And similarly, like you have mentioned, I was interested by a funny part. I was interested. So they are
Uh,
actually slip errors. I wouldn't call them errors act
mm.
because you did not make such errors throughout your answer. At one
Mm.
point, they were an error, and that's clearly because it wasn't focused or you weren't focusing on the idea.
Mm.
Simple word in part two, we are not supposed to bluff.
Really?
When you bluff, the problem is you end up making slip errors. You must be conscious about what you give as an answer. This is
Mm.
what I learned in my first examination.
I will tell you what problems you are facing, but let's hear it from you. What do you think? What problems you are facing with the English?
Problems means experience. In,
No, no, no.
uh,
Problems. Problems
problem.
means difficulties. What difficulties you are facing with your English?
English. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, because now I'm hearing is I understand, but I have not speaking is some lot of problem. I am getting
Okay.
words into how to speak
Mhm.
some problems.
Okay. So do you try translating from your mother tongue?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, that is a big problem to be. And not a
Yes.
big problem because most of the people do that. Okay, but for the time being, continue on that. Okay, I won't tell you, but keep this in mind that maybe after 1 month, what will be your target? That you will no more translate. Keep this in mind. For now, you have to cut the salad. Okay, but after 1 month, what you have to do? You have to get into do what? Assisting the main chef.
Yeah.
Getting my point? Just
Yeah.
for on your, I'm just talking on your terms.
Mm.
All right. Okay. Any other problem that you basically face with your English?
Just basically speaking problem.
Speaking problem only. All right. Very good. So now I will tell you what problems I felt. Okay. So then the first thing that I felt okay is a problem with confidence.
Yeah.
You know what is confidence?
Yeah.
You know what is confidence, right? Is confidence related to English?
Yeah. Surely.
It's related to English, but confidence does not depend on English. I think
Mm.
confidence depends on what?
Yeah.
Our confidence depends on what?
Yeah. It depends on work. Confidence depends on work.
Not work. I'm telling what. WHAT. What? Confidence depends on what?
It's self confidence is so I some
Self.
confidence.
Confidence depends on what? Self. Myself. My confidence depends on myself. Okay, so confidence, why I'm talking about confidence here, because related to English a very important thing comes into play, that is fluency. You know, Subin, what is fluency? So fluency means what? When we know what we have to speak, after gaining that level, we also know when to take the break.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is basically fluency. That is the easy understanding of fluency, right? So for fluency, the first very most important thing is confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. How can you build your confidence with English?
Inspire.